Hören Sie mich? Super Sache. Grüß euch miteinander, herzlich willkommen zum 10. Winterkino Live-Talk. Es ist eine Ehre, zum 10. Mal dabei zu sein. Wie immer, ich sage es immer am Anfang, für mich ist es cool, man sieht überhaupt nichts. Nur 2 grosse Lichter und so schwarz, das ist super. Ich mache den Live-Talk wie jedes Jahr, ein bisschen in Englisch, ein bisschen in Schweizerdeutsch. Die werden alle alles verstehen. Die meisten von euch verstehen perfekt Englisch. Und ich werde gar nicht lange reden, sondern unsere Stargäste auf die Bühne bitten. Der Joshua Herdman und der Jon Campling. Herzlichen Applaus. Und Cosplayers. Kommen wir am Schluss dann noch drauf. So, come a bit to my side. It's a lot of light. So, I will do the live talk a little bit in English and a little bit in Swiss German. That way.
Yes, please do.
Perfect. I can do it also in Swiss German, but this would not be so interesting. Maybe also am Anfang haben wir es immer so gemacht beim Live-Talk, das machen wir heute auch, dass wir ihnen, sie sind extra angereist von London und noch ein bisschen weiter her, dass wir ihnen ein herzliches Willkommen sagen und dann haben wir ein bisschen zusammen unser Englisch praktiziert und wir würden sagen, am besten, so hören sie es nicht, Hello Joshua, hello Jon, nice to meet you. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Again.
Was it again? Okay. Können wir es nochmal? Gut. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yay.
Good. Thank you very much. So, thank you that you are here. First time in Switzerland?
Yes, for Josh. Second time for me.
Okay. So, you know, we are in Switzerland. We have also a movie industry, but we don't have so much movie stars like England or the USA or Germany. So that's always. Sagen wir in der Schweiz haben auch viele Filmschauspieler, aber sicher weniger als in England. Und es ist immer spannend, jemanden da zu haben. So my first question would be for both. When they called you to Harry Potter, or say, yeah, you got lucky, you have a part in the Harry Potter movies. How was this for you? Have you imagined that it will be as huge as it is now, or how was it, Josh?
I was aware of how big I was aware of how big Harry Potter was, because my best friend was he really loved the books, and he was always saying, Josh, you need to read these books. They're really good books. It was never my. I wasn't into it. I was like, nah, I'm okay. But then I got the part. I got the audition. Sorry. And I read the first 3 in the space of a week and absolutely loved them. Yeah.
Cool. Also nicht von Anfang an sein Ding gesehen, aber er ist nachher reingekommen, indem er aus das gelesen hat und nachher das Vorsprechen bekommen hat. And Jon, how was it with you?
So I didn't get to join the Harry Potter family until the 7th film. So by that point, it was very clear to everybody that it was a big success. It was going very well for the Harry Potter franchise, which I don't know, that kind of made it more exciting, but also scarier. And I hadn't read any of the books either. But obviously, a similar story to Josh, really, when I got the phone call from my agent saying, so Jon, sit down. You have an audition for, are you sitting down? Yes. Harry Potter. Oh my God, I better sit down. I immediately went, I only read the first book. I wasn't as dedicated as Josh, who read the first 3 books. I read the first book just to get myself into the mood for my audition. But it was incredibly exciting.
Gleiche da, das ist auch reingekommen und hat auch ein Buch gelesen, das Josh hat 3 gelesen. Ich habe zumindest Stand keins gelesen, aber ich sammle die Requisiten, das ist auch etwas Schönes. I never read a Harry Potter book, but I watched all the movies. I'm more the movie guy, you know. I'm reading a lot during the day, so that's okay. Und ist nachher reingekommen in die ganze Geschichte und hat nachher natürlich auch sehr Freude gehabt, sich ein Part zu sein von der Harry Potter Familie. So now you know this talk is well known. This Winterkino talk is well known for his deep-going private stories, private stuff we'd like to hear more.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, sometimes it's a bit hard, but let's start live. No, a question would be, I mean, you both are like obviously human beings, not wizards, human beings. You have families, you have wives sitting at home. So if you, if
Speak for yourself.
yeah, for me too. If you are away a longer time for doing a movie, how is this? Is it sometimes difficult, or is it absolutely normal because it's your work? That's a private part of it. But
Before I had children, it wasn't. I didn't bother me. But now I have children. I don't like being away from them for a day, 2 days. But when we was filming Harry Potter, I always had my mum and dad there. They chaperoned me. So, yeah.
I think the longest I've ever been on a project and been away from home was about 4 weeks.
okay,
Which is not too bad, and that was in Italy.
Okay.
So
Nice
it was Italy. It was summer. I was shooting a zombie movie. I was
in Italy.
to me, I got to spend an all expenses paid 4 weeks in Italy during the summer killing zombies.
Okay.
It was good, and my wife came out for a week as well. So I've been quite lucky in a way. I mean, it would be nice to be on a project longer, but it does bring that problem of being away from home. I don't have any kids, so I wouldn't miss the kids, but I would miss my wife.
Okay. Also beide auch, es gesagt, sie beide sind auch Familienmenschen, wenn man länger weg ist. We know, for example, for Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, they go over years. So I knew some guys, they have been there for 9 years in New Zealand and staying there. So it's a long time. Also es ist, wenn man länger weg ist, Josh hat auch Kind und er ist auch verheiratet, er hat es selber gehört. Kann manchmal auch schwierig sein, aber es ist natürlich eine Erfahrung. Yeah. So one other point which is interesting for us. I mean, you have a lot of fans. Some have been here tonight. You have met up. You are on a lot of conventions all over the world. Josh told me at Wisconsin. You have been in, what was the one in the USA, San Francisco, and so yes. Just traveling around. How is this to meet fans all over the world who are addicted to Harry Potter, and then they say you and they say you are the guy from the movie? How is this for you? This feeling, that should be cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very cool. It is. It really is cool. And I think when you see passion, as much passion and dedication as the Harry Potter fans put in, it's hard. It's hard for me to not respect it. You just respect it because they're so passionate, they're so dedicated, and it's a special thing. It's not just it's not something to be scoffed at. It's some
special.
People, it is. It's special, and I feel. We was talking about luck earlier, but I do feel deep down. I do feel lucky that I was part of it. I had to work to get the part, but yeah, there is an element of luck there. Yeah.
I think the more I've travelled around. So a couple of years ago, I was doing public appearances just in England, and then last year I was lucky enough to start breaking out of England and doing public appearances in Europe and in America, and the same this year. And all it's done is it's just increased my level of respect for the fans or the fandom of Harry Potter, because you start to realise, as Josh said, how much of a passion. It's not just that people like the Harry Potter films or like the characters. They love them. They live and breathe them. And part of that is because the writing has put so much depth in this, that people can spend a lifetime learning about the characters and learning about the world. I think if that depth wasn't there, people would get bored and move on. But that depth is there, and fans are always looking for that extra nugget, that little bit of information that they didn't know. They may have been a fan for 10 years, and then suddenly they find a new piece of information, and it just makes their day. And to see that passion on their faces and that love, all you can do is just have respect for it. And obviously, you're getting messages.
Yeah, no, I saw it. I had to take it.
Of course, always.
So that's interesting, because this is a point that the people who watch the movie, which doesn't know you in real person, they don't know this this stuff. Die Frage ist für mich immer noch spannend, bei jedem Gast, den wir im Winterkino, wie ist das, wenn man weiss, wir sind in diesem Film und wir reisen in die Welt und die Leute kennen einen. Das ist etwas Spezielles und das bestätigt dann eigentlich alle Gäste, die wir haben, all the guests saying, we are lucky, we are happy to be part of this family franchising, of this stuff. Und das ist interessant, oder? Sie sagen auch, und Josh sagt auch, es ist etwas, hat auch mit Glück zu tun, natürlich, als man die Rollen überkommt. So, one other point is that, I mean, you have different hobbies too. That's not your single hobby, but I think you're doing the wands, which you the wizard wands, which you're doing for yourself, and Josh doing the fights in the free time. Der Josh macht MMA-Fighter und der Jon macht verschiedene Sachen, aber interessanterweise unter anderem auch macht er Zauberstab selber, den er verkauft. Und ich glaube, ein glücklicher Fan, one lucky fan today got one. Yes. This evening, Sheila, yes, a big fan of Jon. So is this a hobby to relax from the acting stuff, or if you, for example, Josh, if you would have if you have to choose, would you be fighter or actor?
Actor.
Actor first.
Yeah, it's actually the opposite. I don't do it to relax. It's not very relaxing at all. Yeah.
A little bit maybe, no?
No.
Okay.
No. The preparation and the mental and physical preparation for a fight is it's quite distressing actually. But I think that's why I do it, because I like to test myself. I like to take myself out of my comfort zone, and test myself. You know, can I do that? Can I? And it can be that mentality can be a bit dangerous sometimes. But that's and all, it was just a personal goal basically.
Okay.
That's all it really was.
Persönliches Ziel mit diesen Kämpfen, um zu schauen, wie weit das man gehen kann. Das hat Joshua gesagt in einem Interview. Yeah, my agent told me, don't ask stupid questions to Josh. And now I know why he did say that. That's good. So I will not ask any more stupid questions because you punched. Good. Jon, the wands you're doing, die Zauberstab, die Jon macht, is this also sort of hobby? Like, this is a part of Harry Potter, obviously, which you try to go on with it, and the fans like it.
I'm tempted to make a joke about the preparation that it takes to make a wand, to push myself out of my comfort zone.
I'm sure you have a lot more hobbies than just making wands as well.
So the wand making to me is kind of a perfect combination of my professional life and my personal life. Obviously, there's a connection to Harry Potter because I'm making wizards' wands. So there's there's an outlet for those wands within my professional world, doing appearances as a kind of reflection of my role in Harry Potter. But also, I'm a wood turner. So I have a lathe, and I turn the wands on a lathe. And from a personal perspective, my dad was a wood turner, and I used to spend a lot of time in my dad's garage watching my dad on a lathe. So when I had the idea, that I could do something that would remind me of my dad in a really nice, comforting way, and also produce something that would be popular with my Harry Potter fan base. And then a third element that makes it kind of a really perfect thing for me to do is it is a distraction, and it is an escape. Being an actor is very precarious, and it's very, you never quite know what's going to happen. You're auditioning and you're being rejected. So it's a stressful profession to choose. And sometimes it's just nice to just go into the workshop, put the ear defenders on, the mask, the goggles, and just have a battle with the wood. Just for a few hours, it's just me and a piece of wood, and nothing else matters. So it does fulfill a role as a kind of escape from it all. But then at the end of it, I end up with a wand that I can sell to a Harry Potter fan, or give to a Harry Potter fan sometimes. And it reminds me of my dad. So it's become the kind of little perfect experience for me.
That's nice. Eben, der macht die Zauberstab und selber drehen, und es ist auch eine Entspannung. Der hat es verstanden. Ist gut, ich kann nicht immer alles 1:1 übersetzen. Sonst wären wir nachher noch lang da manchmal. A question is always interesting. Before I have a question from the cosplayers, which I will do afterwards. Is in future, Josh, if you could take some role or some acting stuff in future, what would be a part you would like to play? Which sort of, is it fantasy? Is it like
No, it's
drama?
not. No, it's not fantasy. I'm sorry to say this to some of you, but I'm not into the whole fantasy genre. I don't like sci-fi. Well, to say I don't like it, I'm just not. I'm not a fan of it. I wouldn't say I don't like it. That kind of makes me not a fan, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I like realism. I like gritty realism in movies. If I'm watching a movie and it's real, and I believe it, then that's all I want from realism. It.
Okay.
But if I was to sort of, I love to play crazy people.
Crazy guys.
I've played a couple in the past couple of years, and there's just something I really enjoy about playing crazy people. So I actually said this for an interview, I think.
Yeah.
I think it might have been for this. And,
yes.
But if they remade One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, one of those.
That would be good.
I would love to play someone in a lunatic asylum.
Da können viele da in einen Flug über das Kuckucksnest. Also würde gerne gestörte, verrückte Rollen spielen, mehr realistisch, nicht unbedingt Fantasy. John, you Fantasy or realism?
I kind of like both. Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge as a moviegoer. I like sci-fi. I like clever sci-fi. Been a big fan of Black Mirror. If you know the Netflix series Black Mirror, kind of dystopian, dark, just in the future sci-fi. So to be a part of anything that's kind of dark and dystopian would be lovely. But also, like Josh, I do like that gritty realism, Nordic noir even, for me, something that is slightly sci-fi but set in a kind of gritty real world would be ideal. And a slightly more fanciful kind of, if you could have anything, it would be good to get in the Marvel universe. I don't know if I could be a superhero. Doctor, I would have loved to have been Doctor. When they cast Benedict, I wasn't very pleased. I didn't think he was very good casting. I have to say, when I saw the film, I changed my opinion. I absolutely loved his Doctor Strange. And he looks so good with his cape. I do like a nice costume with a cape. Yeah. So something in the Marvel universe with a cape and a costume would do.
Yeah, that would be good. I like Wonder Woman more from the look than Doctor Strange. Yeah, but it's so. Yeah. But it's interesting to see that you like to get bad guys, dark guys. If I tell this all year to my guests, to our guests we have here, if someone gives you a part maybe in a Potter movie or something else and you don't like it, you have my number, you can call me, I will be there. So that would be an opinion. Also, und jetzt kommen wir zu the last question is from the cosplay section around us. Die vielleicht schnell vorstellen. Jetzt bringe ich es nicht mehr, alle Namen zu nennen, aber sprechen Sie an in der Pause. Sie sind wirklich professionell unterwegs. Ihr habt auf der Website, Winterkino hat ihre Websites drauf. Müssen wir schauen, es ist unglaublich, was sie machen. Von mir aus gesehen gehören sie zu den Besten von der Schweiz, unumstritten, und wegen dem sind sie auch da heute. Und die Frage, die sie hatten, ist, the question the cosplayers have to you, the last question would be, with which guy from the Potter universe, from the movies, if you could choose, would you like to do another movie? Maybe Potter movie or something. One of the guys you have in mind still from the set or from the movies. To play together with, which was a good person on set.
Good question. Tough question.
It would have to be Ralph Fiennes, I think. Ralph Fiennes or Helena Bonham Carter.
Did you get to work with Helena?
No.
I did. I did. So, and she was an absolute joy to work with. I spent one day working with Helena Bonham Carter when she was as Bellatrix being Hermione, when Hermione polyjuiced into Bellatrix. And my Death Eater was in that scene, and it was lovely watching her, the detail that went into that. She had, they got Emma to film herself walking up to Gringotts, so that so that Helena Bonham Carter could see how Emma would have walked as Hermione. Very complicated, very meta, and I got to witness that. So I've worked with her. I can tick that off. Rafe, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Scary.
Yeah, it's terrifying. I mean, just acting royalty. But who else? Sirius Black.
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman. Again, terrifying to be in to be in a scene with such talent. But I think I'd risk it. So if I could, a lovely scene with a Death Eater and Sirius Black would be fabulous.
So you see, beide mit verschiedenen Personen und ich musste lachen, weil when you say Hermione in English, then I understand Hermione, but that was not the same. Okay. So, ich möchte noch danken am Schluss. I would like to say thank you zum Winterkino, zum den Organisatoren vom Winterkino, im Michael und im Paul, wo immer jedes Jahr hier eine riesige Sache aufstehen. Ich möchte auch danken im Anderes für einen Film, den er gemacht hat, den Cosplayer, auch einen Helfer, der das unterstützt. Es ist wirklich ein super Event und wir sind jedes Jahr stolz, dass wir da sind und hoffen, der Live-Talk ist auch immer etwas Spannendes für euch. We are there in the movie break, signing and talking. Wenn ihr ein Autogramm wollt, kommt von jedem Autogramm geht 3 Franken an die Stiftung Theodora. Ich möchte das auch sagen, dass wir auch mit dem gesamten jetzt hier immer von der Requisitenausstellung einen guten Zweck unterstützen. Und ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Und I would like to say a huge thanks to Jon and Josh and the wives and the cosplayers. Thank you very much for being here. It was a great honor to have you here. Thank you very much. Danke für euch. Und jetzt sehr, sehr viel Spaß bei fantastischen Tierwesen 2. Ich würde sagen, Film ab.